It gets less, and you cannot eat as much as you want. Running, you cannot run as much as you. Even if you want to, there is a will to do that, you cannot. Everything slows down because it should, because now you're getting pulled. Your body is getting pulled to the ground, your spirit is getting pulled there. This is natural, even if you're an unbeliever. Then you have to surround yourself, completely surround and lock yourself in with the Ahli Dunya and the people of desires in order just to be like young, with the same ability, you understand? But you have to lock yourself in. That is not natural. It's not. Because a very old person, I mean, they reach a certain age and they just spend time, they're looking and they're thinking. Because the blood is not dictating so much. So, towards the end, now, Akhir Zaman, they say, now when you're old, more you have to run, because more you are getting pulled. So they say more you have to be desperate to run. They even have a saying, they say what? Youth is wasted on the young. Yeah, they have midlife crisis. Midlife crisis is supposed to make us to turn to Allah. Not midlife crisis to say, oh, I have to more hold on to this dunya with my claws and not let go. So you see people buying leather jacket, motorcycle, nice car, this, that. That's not it. Now your view of the world, your view, because you have, say, 40 years under your belt, you should know by then what this world is, what your friends are, what family means, what you are. What is it that you want? If the person is really questioning beyond just what the dunya is offering, their desires, then you will come to an understanding of what is that spirit. Worship is one of those things that's so much easier to do, because the sleep is not going to control you the way that it controls you when you're 20 years old. You know, when you're a teenager, you sleep so much, right? You can sleep the whole day. When you get older, it doesn't have the same. You sleep, but it's different. You can wake up a little bit easier, and you don't feel the need to like sleep for 20 hours, 16 hours. You sleep, you get up. You sleep, you get up. It's easier. Allah's mercy is reaching there. For terms of ibadat, I'm not talking about 90 years old, 100 years old. I'm talking about when to enter into maturity, 40 years old, 50 years old. You understand? So, or a little bit earlier, if you're in tariqat, it's completely different. Your midlife crisis started when you realize you need to take bayat. That's your midlife crisis, to say, why am I in this world? Why am I living for? What does this mean? What is the meaning of life? Your midlife crisis, instead of running more towards the dunya, you run to akhirat. That's when we took bayat. Whether you are 20 years old, 30 years old, 40, or whether you're a teenager. Because you start realizing that kid is just 18 years old. Because he realized, no. Because what are we selling? Nothing. What are we showing? This dunya? Are we saying, follow this tariqat, and then you have success in the dunya, you become millionaire, you become billionaire, there are tariqats like that. There are tariqats like that. They say, no, you want richness? Then you have to be in this tariqat. Then you have to read these things, and people, you see them, they're having success there. You understand? That is their main concentration. Ours is sohbat, to be able to be free from that. Free from everything else and to attend the sohbat. Now when you take the sohbat, you can run with that sohbat, with that remembrance, with that zikr, because the sohbat, it is also a zikr. Don't think zikr is just pulling tasbih, saying Allah, Allah, Allah. That's not a zikr. Parrot can do that. You train some animal to do that, they can also do that. The zikr is to know. Knowing is one thing, understanding is another. Why you say Allah, 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 but you don't understand your anger? One time you say Allah, next time you're going to curse at someone. You say Allah, 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 Allahumma salli, but you don't understand your jealousy. You don't understand that someone pokes you a little bit, you become very jealous. You still don't know yourself. And the whole point of the zikr and sohbat, it is to know yourself. You're making zikr, you don't know yourself. You don't know Allah. You're not worshipping Him. You understand? Because now there is also we're talking about zikr, that is the essence of worship. But there is also the essence of zikr. You understand? Everybody understands this. Everybody knows this. Don't say, oh, it's so difficult. Everybody understands it. You know how you understand? When you fall in love. And it doesn't matter with a person or with a goldfish or with shoes. Everyone has this. Everyone has this ability Allah has put. When you fall in love with, you're always thinking of something that, correct or no? When you're young, you like goldfish. Oh, you fall in love with the guy, I can't wait, I buy goldfish, just want to look. Go to school, I can't wait to come back to look at the goldfish. Some people like that. Yeah, it's like or their dog, or their shoes, or a person. Now you understand, oh, there's love now. It is the easiest way to understand that way. But you have to take the principles now of that. So now, when you're in love, you make a zikr of that one, don't you? You're remembering. And then there are different kinds of love. Now when you're remembering, now a human, when you love a human, you're remembering. It's not just enough to just say, I remember, I feel so good. Now you say, it's not enough. I have to serve. I have to give. What makes you happy? Your happiness is the most important thing. That one, you see people that you don't love and they look so sad, they look so angry. You don't care. You don't care. But the one that you love, suddenly if they just quiet a little bit, you say, what happened? Tell me, what happened? It affects you, no? Because you put that one in your heart now. Now, that should bring you higher and higher to understanding the love of Allah. Now that becomes a zikr. Pleasing, running, sacrificing. Saying, I don't exist. My existence is for you. Slowly, step by step. So, you need to get older to understand these kinds of things a little bit. That's why 40 years of age, it is very important. Before that, it is to get as much experience. It is like 40 years, you're just collecting the grapes. 40 years, and then you start pressing it. And then you have that, you understand? Now what you do from 40 to beyond now, with that, you can turn either that into something that is forbidden and will pull you down, or it turns that, you can make it into something that is healthy and brings your health to you and brings you to a higher station. So Prophet ﷺ is saying, if your good deeds is not more than your bad deeds, when you reach 40 years old, prepare yourself. So running towards that. So when you're older now, you're not going to run after so many things, especially when you enter into tariqat. Right away from the tariqat, you're not feeding your ego and your desires. You're fighting against it. Fighting not only that, fighting the way that you think, fighting the way that you think that you are right. Every day you're fighting. Welcome to the fight. Welcome to the struggle. You're fighting. You're fighting. Oh, like there's not. You're fighting. You're fighting. You're fighting. You understand? If you don't fight, that's where the problem is going to be. You're in tariqat, but you don't fight. You're going to go through some difficulty later. More difficulty, because you're supposed to fight. You don't fight. You give in to your ego. You give in to your desires. That you don't try to fight, you don't try to ask for help, you just keep it like that, it's going to be a problem. Then more is going to be difficult. Worship is going to be difficult. Then that time you're right next to the sheikh is going to be difficult. So, you're fighting. You have all these bad things. We have all these bad characteristics, but we're fighting. We're not giving in. We're picking up ourselves and we are running to do something good. Then that time, it's okay. After a certain amount of struggle, then you'll achieve certain area of safety. But it's not just that, it's not just fighting. There's something that you have to give from yourself, something that you love from yourself, something that you say, this is me, I give. Then that time is so easy for them to give you from the water of life. You understand? Then they may open up and show you this one gives you the water of life, but more than that, they have the milk of purity and they can give. You understand? I mean, it's not us, it's not me, but they have that and they can give. So now if you see that you are a conduit, you are the one in between to help others now even your love for that one, is not just between you and him. It has to be you and him, you and Allah, you and the Prophet, but everything that Allah loves. Everything that the Prophet loves now. People sometimes they're stuck there. They say, oh no, I love you, but you're telling me to love this one? I'm not going to love this one. Shaitan did that. Shaitan was in love with Allah. But wrong way. Allah said, okay, this one. No, I'm not going to love this one. They say, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. They say, no, love this one. Why I should love that one? That one was very bad to me. Bad to everything. But you understand? Starting to judge now. Oh, you are like that. I mean, we've always known, but we want you to know. There is that. Because it's so easy. It's so easy. If you've not been trained, how can we know what is your worth? You think we are so dumb if we haven't tested you that... You understand? It has to be. So, now it's beyond you now. People are stuck there. They say, I love only you. I don't love anything else. You love me. You're telling me to help this one, to serve this one. But Allah is saying, say to them, if you love Allah, they must love you and follow you for Allah to love them. So Allah's love comes with a condition also. You must love everything. And is that so difficult to believe? So difficult to understand? No, it's not. If you love, for example, let's say, goldfish. Anything that reminds you of that goldfish, you also love, right? You see, oh, this is a picture of a goldfish. Oh, this one is anything connected to that you love. Which is why Hazrat Maulana is saying, one man came to him and said, Maulana, I saw Shams. And Hazrat Rumi, he took off his jubba and he gave it to the man. And they said to him, Ya Maulana, you know that he's lying. He didn't see Shams. He says, I know. But he made me to remind me of Shams, and he made it to become more alive and more present. For that I give him my jubba, even if he is lying. If he really saw Shams, I would give him my life. So, this is something for us to think about. You understand? Anything that's connected to that now. Then you get wisdom also. It's not whether I like or I don't like. It's how that one is looking. And what is the reason now? So your love to that one also changes. It's not just, I love you. No, it changes. It becomes more like, you disappear into that one and you appear looking through his eyes. You understand? If you cannot do that, if you don't do that, especially in this way, you're going to lose. You're going to suffer a little bit. You're going to lose at the very least. Where they're going, you cannot go because you don't allow yourselves to be with them. You're not with them. They say, stand far away. But I was close to you. You weren't. Physically, you were. By name, maybe you were. But by heart, you were not. You have to move back because where we're going, it is very dangerous. So no, when you get a little bit older, you understand these things and it's easier because you naturally it comes to you. But if you surround yourselves with young people or surround yourself with youth, surround yourself with, you cannot break out. It's not going to be easy because you're getting old, but you surround yourself with young people. There is unnaturalness with that. But if you start surrounding people that are a little bit older on this, and then it's easier. Inshallah Rahman. Inshallah. May Allah make us to reach to those ones, to be with them, and to learn how to love and submit to them. Al-Fatiha. Amen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Okay, what other thing we have? Say.